I'm still laughing about this $12 ice cream that Nancy Pelosi eats from the $20,000 refrigerator. For the woman says children getting hungry. Uh, what type of ice cream is $12? I mean, does it taste better because it's $12? I mean, what's in the ice cream that makes it $12 is what I really want to know. Is it like sprinkled with remains of your stimulus check you didn't get? Does it have, some pot bill? Shaving some pot bill? AOC would love it. Uh, Pump the blunt. Does it, have some red lobster for Mitch, sprinkled on the top, or some postal? you know, does it? Do you burn it quicker so you don't have to chase the postman around? Uh, what's the benefit to why would someone buy $12 ice cream? Mitch McConnell, like myself, apparently was very curious as to what is $12 ice cream. But when he reached out to Nancy Pelosi, he says, make it a double, but I'll only take extra crispy. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is LALATE Afternoons, and hope you're good and safe. This is our final program of a 2-hour programming block, and after this, we go to evenings LALATE at 6:30. Boy, this is an exciting day. Thank you for joining me. This is going to be a big video about rent. EIDL grant, rent aid, eviction moratorium, mortgage forbearance, and a lot of great stuff. If it was time to go to the French channel and subscribe, it would be today. Hit that subscribe button and hit the alert so you get alert when a new video goes live. Also like this video because it's going to be a damn good video. Let me get to the incredible details. This week really turned out to be a very good week for purposes of rent aid, as the president came out in favor of the Problem Solvers bill, which called for an enormous amount of rent aid. This is free rent money, free grant money by federal law to come to you so that you could survive the pandemic. This is the first time a Republican has said such support for anything for rent aid since the pandemic started. Yes, there's literally never been a Republican bill supported by a Republican that called for rent aid. So for the president, the leader of the GOP, to actually says, I support a rent aid program, it's insanely good. It's insanely good. He also called upon his fellow Republicans to come out and support the bill. That's also really good. The bill provides a lot of eviction moratoriums and mortgage forbearance in a way that we don't really particularly have a robust solution at the moment. Let me recap what are the situation as we get into the weekend, and people are wondering if 2 executive orders are coming this weekend. Yeah. So first, we do have an executive order for eviction moratorium. It's a CDC order, but you have to follow it. You have to do it. You need to go to the description of this video. It sends you a link to the CDC order. It only applies for residential apartment tenants and people who rent homes for the place of where they live. It does not apply to anything else. Also, it doesn't particularly do the correct thing or much of anything for mortgage forbearance. Now, the president, separate and apart from this, did have the Federal Housing Agency say that they're not going to foreclose upon loans, that mortgages that are underwritten by federally backed institution, by the Federal Housing Agency. So that was really great news, but it's not good news if you have a mortgage, from Chase or, Bank of America or something like that, because it doesn't give you protection for that as well. So the problem is that as we sit here is the bad news. The problem as we sit here today is I've been predicting for you that there's going to be a stock market crash, that there's going to be a bubble burst, and that we're going to see an implosion of real estate. 2 of those things are starting to start today. The stock market is dramatically down, 3% across all major indices after I reported that story today and yesterday. There's too much frothiness in the market. And so the situation is very clear that we need rent aid, grants, mortgage forbearance, eviction moratorium protection right now. If it was not clear enough, someone spoke about that this week as well, and that was Jerome Powell, head of the Federal Reserve. He actually said, hey, if you have people who are unemployed, they don't make rent, then guess what? They get evicted. It's just like, we don't need a Federal Reserve chair to tell us that. That's the most obvious sentence ever. But he said it, and still people in Congress don't get it. They don't get something so simple. If they don't have money for their job because they don't have a job, they'll get evicted. As we sit here today, that's the situation. Now, the other part, let's turn to EIDL. Oh, yeah, my baby. My baby was mentioned in the Problem Solvers bill. More money for EIDL. More money for EIDL. If you've not been watching my videos as today, I've made a pledge to you that if you get Mark Meadows' degree to meet with me in Washington, I will fly into Washington and argue for second stimulus checks and FPUC. But if I'm in town, if Jovita Carranza will meet with me as well, or Marco Rubio, I'll urge for them to put more money towards EIDL. It needs to have more EIDL money. I just don't know what's going on. EIDL is not run out. EIDL has a lot of different funds, and one of the funds was for grants. That's run out. Loans is not run out, but there's a lot of caps that are currently in place at SBA that I'm detailing with the moving goalposts, the bombshells, the scars, LALATE, on a daily or weekly basis, and the current situation is confusing. They don't want to increase loans. They don't want to go over caps. They're trying to keep loans under $150,000. They're not trying to write loans for the amount that you actually qualify for because they want to keep them low. And so a lot of people aren't getting enough liquidity, and this is on the heels of economists saying you need more liquidity. And so that liquidity would come from Treasury. Treasury would give more money to SBA, and SBA would lend more money to you, but they're not asking for the money. Then when you ask for the money, they're not giving you the money. Boy, a hot mess express of problems in two places as Mitch comes to take me away with his helicopter. It's funny, when this channel launched on April 25th, those first few months, I had a helicopter every single day. I even had my favorite OG viewer who would always comment about the helicopter, always trying to take me away. There's not been a helicopter here for upwards about a month, so I don't know what happened. Some person once said, "Are you recording under LAX?" It's like, that's really shady, but I like it. Let me get to some of your 327 comments from yesterday about red before I turn to more big developments. Denny, let Trump change his color from red to purple. If he didn't get that, we get rid of all the hard cores and replace them with purple. I think we would be fine in the future. All turn purple. Hopeful wishful thinking is not bad. I don't think it's wishful thinking. I think it's true. I have said that if the president does not do anything, and we know that Congress is probably not going to do anything if he doesn't push them to do something, then he's going to get thrown out of office. And I have already told you in this afternoon's LALATE videos, the first one on check, that the economy is going to turn very bad very quickly. Real estate's going to collapse. Stock market's going to collapse. Unemployment's going to get worse. And what's now really the big subject matter that people just don't want to talk about, but I have to tell you, is that France, Spain, all these countries internationally which have travel into our country, we travel there. We're all very closely connected as a world economies. They have incredible spike of COVID-19 cases. They're full capacity of ICU beds right now. It's growing at levels they've not seen since the pandemic started. So the situation is very bad, and this is September. It's hot there. It's warm. It's not winter yet. So the situation is going to get very bad very quickly if he doesn't do something. Courtney, there's so much going on in my life. Not talking about stimulus, but I look forward to your videos. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Courtney Fox. Sandra, I believe your show is going to be watched by a lot of politicians, which is amazing because look what you've done with the Purple Power. Congrats on hitting 250,000. You're much loved and respected. I appreciate that. Keep on tagging people. Tag Meadows. Tag the Problem Solvers, tag the Blue Dogs and the progressives. Denny, enough purple-minded people in Congress get together where they'd be able to remove the leaders of the party. Well said. Jamie Costello, LA Nancy Pelosi would appreciate a coupon from a hair salon, maybe some pot to relax her. I love that. Everett Dennis Davis, she needs to exit. I'll buy her a week to stay so she can get the deal done. I love that. Benita, does everyone in the White House know who their boss is? I love that as well. Kimberly, hey Nance, have a puff puff and a pint and relax, a pint of ice cream. Tona Daunt, if Mitch is going to support the bill or is it going to cause problems? I detailed that earlier today. The Republicans are now causing problems for the president because they apparently are threatening the president, who said, I support the problem solvers at 1.5 trillion and I will go higher than 1.5 trillion. Now the Republicans are coming out and saying, we're not coming over one. So why the hell are you up at 1.5, Mr. President? We're not even going above 1. Barbara Murphy, but Mitch is hiding out. I enjoy listening to you every day. Well, I appreciate you watching, Barbara. Charlotte Dixon, God bless every single person. I love you, LA. Well, thank you, Charlotte Dixon. S. Oscar, I think the first vote the House should do is take a no confidence vote on Pelosi. Amen. Al Neka, who comments on a daily basis, and to help the ones that became homeless already. Matt Connor, so are they going to vote on the bill? Terry Turner, can they vote to remove her? Yes, they can. Mahema here. Love our purple power. Tell Nancy take a trip. I will. Spectre Gadget. Being in favor and supporting isn't getting our checks. So what's going on and why has an executive order been issued already? Way overdue. Gotta ask Meadows. Gotta tag the president. Faze Hawk. I checked the CARES Act for South Indiana and they're spreading their money on colleges and small businesses. I never saw anything they were giving money to the citizens. It depends. Remember, it's not just a state level. It's a city and county, so you need to Google your city and county, not just the whole state of Indiana. Funny times. Blessing on you, LA. Purple Power reigns. I love that. Jason Patterson. I pray good things are happening for California. Well, thank you. Jason Stutz. They haven't in the past done anything. It's hurting this bulk stuff. Veronica, we claimed our son and didn't get the $500, but did claim. Should we have received it? If you could explain that, LA. Yeah, go on IRS. There's a lot of articles this week about the missing $500 first stimulus check for dependents. It's being sent out this week, but they're also mailing letters to you. But you should also do a non-filer filing. Go on IRS and also Google the news articles. There's just like hundreds of them in the last 24 hours. Tana, good evening, LA. I appreciate that. Patrick Spicer, LA, you're the man, the legend, and the chief of the Purple Power Nation. I appreciate that. Denny, purple is honesty and truth and empathy, and we look to all the problems and solve them, put them together. I love that. Very well said, Denny Johnson. Kay, I thought we're going to get 3 stimulus checks. What's going on with that? Who told you you're getting 3 stimulus checks? You need to stay with me. I don't say 3 stimulus checks. Barbara, I mean, I'd love to give you 20 stimulus checks, but it's not, I don't run the Treasury. Barbara Garcia, LA, have the people call 211 emergency hotline and have them check on the city state. I love that. Lisa Kraft, LA, you're cracking me up. Cecilia, they're taking too long. They're Congress. They always take long. Arturo, let's get it together, brother. Get them vote on quickly. Sal de Leon, round 6 is ending Friday the 18th. Yeah, LWA is running out. There's no more weeks after week 6. Are these $1,200 checks retroactive for every month till January? No. I mean, I don't know where these people are getting this stuff from, but someone's telling these people these things. Yolanda, tar your mouth, Mr. President was running the whole 2 Live crew. They're all in the middle together. Vote all the opposites. Well, yes. Warburg's Northwest Dahlgreens. Thank you for the info. I get a kick out of you. Nothing making a dark period just much more brighter. Without hope, you got nothing. Amen to that. Sheila Stewart, thank you for being up to date on info. Love you. Your segment and your sense of humor. It's making a light and lead the way through a serious issue. I appreciate that, Celia. Shannon Marucci, they made me giggle into your intro. Nancy, can you leave the house? We don't need you. Maria, thank God for the wave of movements now happening. Let's keep it going. Thank God. Amy Kent, when will the new bill be voted on? Amy B, I love your shirt, love your videos. I'm always sharing with friends, especially a friend who writes grants for a local agency. Wow. Nancy Burke, power to the people. Rock on, LA. Right on. You rock, dude. Well, thank you. Irene Lloyd, you're cracking me up. You keep me laughing. Super purple power. I appreciate that. Additionally, Julie Weller, we know the states have our money. We know the president can executive orders for them to release it. They should not be talking about this all the time. All about playing political chess while not preparing against American calling vultures. Wow. Vincent Dixon, I appreciate you keeping us informed. Thank you, sir, for caring about us. We are stronger when we came together on our positive things. So thanks again. Purple Power works. Let's keep pushing. Amen to that. William Schaefelus, What about homeowners? What about mortgage? Well, amen. Connie, thank you, LA, for keeping us informed. Purple Power, Sherry Zemanak. Andy Biggs, House of Representatives, has asked for Nancy to be removed. I detailed that several times on this channel. Several times I've detailed his comments. Nancy Larson, the whole new meaning to Broadsway. Mora, Purple Power. Deborah Granis, good evening, LA. You're up. You're good. Good, good. Keep us informed. Love your awesomeness. Evelerance, when are they going to vote on it? Linda, hope you have a blessing day, and thank you for all you're doing. Chris, thank you for Politicians Balanced. Vicky, out of here, Mrs. Nancy. Ella Neal, even if they send a stimulus check before the election, I bet they don't even try to help us after the election. It's all about votes. Benita, Congress needs to get it together. Will this grant come from HUD? Lloyd Cochran. No, the problem solvers bill for the rent grant was to come from Treasury, but who would actually administer it? I don't know. Patrick Hardy, love the new cockiness towards the end. Who's cocky? Not me. I'm beginning trying to for months to get a grant, and the site keeps on kicking me out or beginning to start over. I don't know. Celilia, I know a purple cat hairdresser for Nancy. Monsieur Weed Whacker. Okay, I've heard that one before. Dwight Barry, it doesn't matter if they're not sending anything out. Everett Dennis, we all need to put the money together and send her to her hair salon to get her hair done. I think we just need to get her gone. Angela, love your program because you informed us about everything about stimulus, rental programs for poor people. You're funny. Thank you, Ally. Well, I appreciate that. Angela Montenegro. Lydia Angelico, thank you for today's update. I appreciate it as well. Nancy Doyle, they have caused us so much financial damage. It's unreal. $1,200 can't touch the financial damage placed on me. What a disgrace. Very well said. Coming up next is Evenings Ally. This is a day to certainly subscribe and like this video. So let's do it. Go to the Friends channel and subscribe and hit the alert button so you get an alert when a new video goes live. This is a really darn good video, so you should definitely like it. Hit that like button so this video appears higher in the rankings. You're doing a really good job with videos getting, 15, 20, 25,000 likes. Yes, incredible. Coming up next is Evenings LA. Tune in for that and a lot more. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay LA for more.